Hi everybody, my name is Kristen Cecil and I am new to Beachbody. I just became a coach a couple of weeks, or a couple of days, well, a couple of weeks ago. And this journey has been years and years and years in the making. Um, this is me telling you why I became a Beachbody coach. I have been overweight my whole entire life. I was a big kid. I remember when I was in grade school, we would have to weigh every year. And I remember being in the fourth grade and I remember weighing 100 pounds. And I remember getting teased relentlessly by the boys in our class about how much I weighed and how much bigger I was than all the other girls. And it was not, at the time, you brush it off and you let it go. And I still had friends, and everybody got picked on in grade school here and there. And as the years went on, I just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it was, by the time I got to my freshman year of high school, I weighed over 200 pounds. And I still always had friends. I still, didn't let it stop me from doing a whole lot of things. But, it restricted me. I didn't want to do everything that all my, smaller friends were doing, or wearing the things that my smaller friends could wear. And, that weighs on you. You don't get to shop at the same places. You don't get to, do the same things. But, so that in 2001, I started Weight Watchers, lost a little bit of weight, and then, I was like, oh, I'm done with this. I don't care. So of course I stopped going to the meetings, gained all that weight back, plus a whole lot more. Um, Steadily got heavier and heavier over the years, and eventually at my heaviest in 2011, I weighed 345 pounds. And that wasn't easy. It was really hard. Um, it was hard to bend over and tie my shoes. It was hard to walk down to my sister's house, who lives, you know, 50 feet from my house, probably not even that. I didn't want to be outside. I would get hot and sweaty in the summer, and it was miserable, and I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to do anything. I still had a lot of friends, and I was still, always one good thing. I feel like my mom, helped me, and I always had nice clothes, so I always, I never let my weight hold me back too much. But, at 345 pounds, I knew things were going to start getting really, really, really rough if I didn't change. Heart problems are prevalent on both sides of my family. My dad had had 2 heart attacks, and I knew that if I didn't change something, that I was going to have, I was going to be in trouble. So on May the 9th of 2011, I decided I was determined. Something clicked in my brain. I was ready. So I started, using the point system again, and I started walking. At first, I could barely walk a mile. And so then I, about a I started on May 9th of 2011. By August of 2012, I had lost 184 pounds. That was a huge accomplishment. I remember the first time the scale said 199.8 pounds. I never thought I'd see that number. I cried. And so then when I hit my goal and I lost 184 pounds, and I got down to 156 pounds, I never thought that was possible. So for me, this journey is my why. I want to help other people know that if I can do it, and I've been overweight my whole life. I'm 27 years old, and if me at 24 years old can decide that I can't do this anymore and I need a change, it's possible. I refuse to go back there. It was very hard at first. Beachbody came along at a perfect time for me. I had kind of let myself go, on the weekends and was eating what I wanted, and not really caring on the weekends. And you know what? 20 pounds came back like that. And I started freaking out, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, my cousin Anna Marie, who's also a Beachbody coach, was talking to me, and she was like, what about trying Beachbody? What about, trying Chalene Extreme and Shakeology? And I was like, well, if she's doing it, it has to be, good. So I looked into it. I bought Chalene Extreme. I started Shakeology, and it has changed my life. I never thought I'd enjoy lifting weights. I love it. Shakeology has given me back so much energy. It took away dizzy spells that I was having. It took away aches and pains that I was having. I cannot thank Beachbody enough, and for coming along at a point when I was scared to death that I might go back. I knew in my head I wouldn't, but my body, I didn't know how I was going to get this weight off again, the 20 pounds, and not feel deprived. With Shakeology and lifting weights, I have been Chalene Extreme. I found hope again, and I found that I can do this, and I can tone up. I have, flabby arms, and I never thought that they would shrink, but I lost 4 inches just from, Chalene Extreme in 90 days. I lost 8 inches in my waist, and all I want in life out of this whole thing, and after everything I went through and go through every day, because it is a battle for me every single day, I want to help other people, and I want them to know that it is possible, and I want them to know that I would be there for them and help them any way I can. Apart from the financial success that I hope to have, and granted I want that too, I want to, be able to buy my own house and have nice things, but to me, deep down, my major goal is just to help people get healthy and get fit, and show them that it's possible and that they can do anything that they set their minds to. So that is my Beachbody why. That's why I want to be here. That's why I want to work hard to make this work, because I know that if I can do it, anybody can. And Beachbody is amazing, and I know that with the love that I have for this, that I can reach all of my goals. So thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.